After traveling 20 million light years from planet to planet, an alien named Pegzar from planet Mexreg landed at Griffith Park Observatory in Los Angeles, California. She was sent on a mission to collect data from nearby planets. Having visited Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, Oregon, Millar, Dargangelis, Stahl, and Davis, she was left with one more planet, Earth. This is a documentary of her visit on Earth.
Camera live.
Mic check, 1, 2, testing. I think it's good.
I'm here with my camera crew waiting on the arrival of Pegzar, and we are going to film her documentary. Gosh, I wonder when she's gonna get here.
I hope soon, because it's getting hot and boring and hot.
Oh, there she is! Hi, Pegzar! Welcome to the Griffith Observatory.
Welcome. Thank you. Where am I? Is this your home? Is this science?
Yeah, let me tell you more about it when we go inside. This land that you're standing on was once a part of a Spanish settlement known as Rancho Los Feliz. Griffith J. Griffith, after touring the world, realized that Los Angeles needed a great park, just like Europe. This became the initial idea of the Griffith Park Observatory. Although this was his first approach to using his former Spanish land, it changed after his engagement in astronomy. Finally, his vision was realized in 1930, which led the park to what it is known for now. Later, renowned architects added a number of Greek revival to the Art Deco style.
Okay, I think I have a better understanding of what this place is now. It's a very interesting representation of your society, sitting powerfully on top of a hill overlooking the rest of the city, kind of like how the Greeks are looked at in your history. The renowned architects in your society addition of Greek style indicates that they want the structure to stand dominantly as a monument of all time. It's kind of like there's a need for power in your society, which I haven't seen any other planet as powerful, try to be as powerful as you guys are here.
Why do you think the architecture is so important to the observatory?
Probably because it makes it look very majestic, and it's like a castle. It's very powerful and prestigious, and that's how you guys view science, very all-knowing.
Well, the Griffith Observatory actively promotes the general public's interest in astronomy and science. The majority of the visitors are the general public. The later active membership of the outstanding scientific contributors like Tom Cave and Tom Craig, as well as the participation of astronomy students from Caltech and UCLA, soon afforded the observatory its prestigious and intellectual environment. Alberto!
So, the Griffith Observatory was made for the public to have a glimpse at the challenging and groundbreaking questions.
Alberto, this is your last warning.
The human scientists apparently answer. So the public are seen as amateurs. They visit this place just for recreation. They don't have the capacity to understand what the great scientists do here.
Alberto, stand in the back.
As you stated, it wasn't until those college students came and they contributed to this place that it became a place of prestige and intellectual respect?
Well, I mean, if you see it that way, but here we appreciate the observatory for showing the importance of science. You know, science is just really important to us here.
Sure, the structure gleaming atop of this famed mountain does highlight that science is very important and great. However, I believe that its representation is also advocating that only certain people have the ability to understand science and work on the great and important questions of the universe.
You know, let's just move on to something else. What are you in search for on Earth?
Well, I've come here on a mission. I've been going from planet to planet, trying to understand what each planet knows about the universe.
What have you learned so far?
I've learned that there are different understandings of the universe. Some planets have a better perspective than others, and my goal is to gather all that information together to get a complete understanding of what the universe is actually all about. I was expecting Earth to have a much better grasp of science and the universe. It seems it doesn't even have a complete understanding of itself. Earth's approach to science is much more political than that of other planets that I visited. Science seems to be very exclusive, and advancement has been hindered because of that. Science here is not very accurate. However, what is clear is that science is for the prestigious and the intellectuals, which is a title that is reserved for white males.
I suppose I never analyzed the way we approach or construct science. What else have you noticed that's different about the way that we approach science and other planets?
I've noticed that humans' approach to science starts with a basis of paradigms. Humans assume that the theories that scientists present to them are pure fact, and this is a very inefficient way of approaching scientific research. This forces the laws of nature and space into conceptual boxes.
Why is assuming that facts about the Earth and nature that scientists have proven hindering?
Well, let me give you an example. Think of those nice Greek monuments and large structures you humans seem to love. Like your science, they are built from the ground up. They start from the ground, then columns and walls are built, then a ceiling, possibly another floor, followed by more walls and more supporting structures, until you have a structure that stands a couple stories high. The strong structure has a flow starting from the roof, transferred to the secondary beams, then to the primary beams, and lastly to the columns or walls. It transmits larger loads it encounters to the columns, which ultimately transmit those loads to the ground. So the structure ultimately gets its strength from the ground. Now imagine if the soil was weak, or if there was an earthquake. The building would experience deformation and it would fail, crashing to the ground. What was once seen as a strong and beautiful structure is now merely a pile of cement on the ground. This parallels what happens when there is a paradigm shift. All science is built on top of assumptions. And when while those assumptions seem brilliant at first, when those are proven false, all of science that was sitting on those assumptions seems to crumble.
Oh, so the progress of science is set back substantially whenever there's a paradigm shift.
Exactly. This is why the approaches to science that this observatory advocates, are unsound. There are many things that you humans believe to be fact in here that I strongly believe to be false. A ticking time bomb of an explosion of paradigm shifts. What a setback that would be.
Yeah, if you're looking at it that way, I suppose the approach to science the site advocates is kind of unsound.
You know, while we're talking about paradigm shifts, Why isn't there any mention of the setbacks and misconceptions you humans have had about astronomy? There seems to be only the currently accepted paradigms up for display. Why is the history of misconceptions and failures not shown?
Well, I don't see why we should focus or mention those things.
Well, I think it's foolish to leave those issues out. This obscures how science was created and what it is believed to be true. This perspective creates a large trust for scientists in proven knowledge. If humans want to advance in science, your culture needs to step out of these shackling conceptual and social boxes. Well, that was a great visit.
Thanks for coming. I hope you got enough information and returned safely to Megzar.
I did, thank you.
Did you see that? Well, I guess that's a wrap.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the away.